Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. More trouble for the Chos deal, Policy Exchange, which is a big, sort of left-wing think tank, and Friends of Labor, you would think, has said that the whole deal is wrong and should be abandoned. The very basis for doing it is, a lie. Did you know that over 95% of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel? We totally get it, life gets busy, and sometimes it's easy to forget. But here's the thing, subscribing is completely free, and it really helps us keep creating the content you enjoy. So, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? It only takes a second, but it makes a world of difference to us. Thank you for your support. In a lavish office in central London, a group of researchers and politicians gathered to discuss one of the most controversial and politically charged deals in recent British history. The deal, heavily criticized by security and policy experts, was said to be a financial waste and a direct threat to national security. Yet, despite the warnings, the government seemed determined to push it through. At the center of the debate was a newly released policy exchange report, a bombshell study that laid out the stark reality: this agreement does not provide good value for money, nor does it offer any strategic or security benefits to Britain. In fact, according to the report, it could significantly weaken the UK's position on the global stage. The mystery: the International Telecommunications Union's pressure, real or fabricated? One of the government's key justifications for backing the deal was the claim that the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, had exerted pressure on Britain, insisting that the agreement must go through to reinforce the territorial rights of the other party involved. However, Policy Exchange's investigation uncovered a shocking revelation. The ITU never made such a demand. The claim was completely baseless. Even if the ITU had made such a request, it lacks the legal authority to enforce anything of the sort. This revelation sparked outrage among critics, who accused the government of misleading the public and using a fabricated narrative to justify a deal that serves no real benefit to Britain. Washington moves behind the scenes, Diego Garcia at risk. But the story doesn't end there. In the background, whispers of American discontent were growing louder. The United States, which operates a massive military base on Diego Garcia, was reportedly furious about the deal, believing it could open the door for foreign intelligence operations, particularly from China. According to insider reports, Washington has been applying immense pressure on the government of Mauritius to reject the agreement. While Mauritius stands to gain a large financial windfall if the deal goes through, the looming threat of diplomatic consequences from the US has forced them to reconsider. This puts Mauritius in a tough spot. If they accept the deal, they risk damaging their relationship with the United States. If they reject it, they lose out on a significant financial opportunity. The situation is no longer just a diplomatic issue, it has evolved into a geopolitical power struggle where economic, security, and international relations all collide. Domestic outrage, fierce opposition against Keir Starmer. At the heart of the storm stands Keir Starmer, the Labour leader who appears determined to push the deal through despite mounting opposition. Critics argue that he is making decisions against Britain's best interests, prioritizing political gains over national security. One of the most vocal opponents has been Tory MP Tom Tugendhat, a well-known advocate for Britain's national security. Upon reviewing the Policy Exchange report, his reaction was one of disbelief and anger. Jesus Christ! Look at the evidence piling up, why are you doing this? He reportedly exclaimed. But Starmer, known for his reliance on advisors rather than independent decision-making, remained unwavering in his stance, refusing to back down despite the growing backlash. Many see his actions as a reckless gamble that could have long-term consequences for Britain's global standing. What comes next? Could the US take matters into its own hands? With tensions rising, many are wondering, what will happen if the United States decides enough is enough? Speculation is already circulating that Washington may take unilateral action to secure the archipelago, completely disregarding any agreements made. In other words, if the deal goes through, the US could respond with force, essentially telling Britain, Mauritius, and China, We don't approve of this, so we're taking control, deal with it. As the situation unfolds, the world is watching closely. Will American pressure succeed in blocking the deal? Or will the British government push forward, risking its special relationship with the US in the process? One thing is certain, this is not just a political deal, it is a defining moment that could reshape international alliances, shift the balance of power, and determine the future of British foreign policy. The big question remains, will Britain recognize the danger before it's too late, or are we witnessing the beginning of a major diplomatic disaster?